At the risk of sitting here looking awkward, I am learning from the past and realizing that sometimes the very beginning of the video gets cut off for my friends around the world or anybody on Facebook. So finally, we're here live on another edition of Duranie Destruction. We're here! Woo! Oh my gosh. It's great to be here again with you guys. It's a Saturday. We are still doing this, making the best of a really difficult situation. And my heart goes out to all of you guys. I've seen so many videos of parents who are dancing with their little kids and spending time with their families. And, you know, it's interesting. I was actually thinking about how in this time where we're expected to distance ourselves from other people, we're all learning how to be closer to the ones we care about. It was really just an interesting irony, maybe. Anyway, I'm just here with you guys. Hello, Fabi. Welcome back. Hello, Christine. She is once again responsible for a lovely backdrop. And there's some elements here that I want to point out, which is really, really exciting. Today is going to be reaching out to those Arcadians out there, and I am certainly one of them. I figure Arcadia, I've been getting so many requests for more Simon, more Nick, more Roger, and love to the John and Andy fans out there, but I figure dipping into a book that's all Arcadia, that stands a good chance of satisfying a lot of people all at once. So, I have a book that's all Arcadia. We're going to be learning about Simon and Nick and Roger, and I actually am trying to remember to where to look in the interviews so I can actually share little bits, which are really kind of fun and interesting. I may just simply lapse into looking at the pictures, so just be warned. But this is for all you Arcadians out there, so let's get distracted with Arcadia. There's a little Arcadia back there. Okay. Julie's here. Hello. Parandoin's here. Okay. You know, along with all the really cool things that are happening where people are supporting themselves and each other, and there are certain threads where people are facing really unexpected adversity. And, you know, one particular incident popped up on my feed this morning. Sarah Chappell shared that her husband passed away. So, huge hugs to you. It's really, really heartbreaking, I can't imagine. Just hugs to you and hugs to everyone who are dealing with people who are really struggling. So, I don't want to get too into it, but love to you, Sarah, and everybody who's struggling. We're here. We're going to get distracted. We're going to get our Arcadia on. Yay! Okay, we're going to start off with a very cool contest. Win So Red the Rose. Oh, who wouldn't want to do that? Okay, so it has some fantastic shots of Arcadia. There were so many contests and competitions out there when Arcadia came out with their album, and I mean when any album came out, you know, magazines were like, come on, try your hand at winning a prize, whatever, and we're like, oh, it's totally gonna be me. Yeah, it was never me, but that's kind of fun. Okay, so this is cool. This is a Star Hits Seriously Cool scrapbook from 1986. All kinds of stars, but you know, there's really only a few that we're really looking for, right? There's a really cool shot of Nick and John. Love that hair on Nick right there. If you can see him towards the bottom. Okay, Pet Shop Boys. They still put on an amazing show, I've heard. Okay, Monique Mashman is here. Yay, Sandra Diaz. Okay, oh, and Fabi will only accept Nick's flame look. I agree, that was one of the highlights. Okay, this is really, I was reading this and I got kind of excited because this is where stars talk about their dreams. And we got all 5 members of the band talking about their dreams. I'm waiting to hear Nick's. Really, really cool. It contained a little tidbit of information I didn't know. We'll start off with Simon, and he recounts how he has this dream. This is going to be so typical Simon. He has this dream where he's climbing up a pathway on a very steep white cliff. He climbs for hours and hours, and when he finally reaches the top, The air is very still and cool. There's nothing but the white cliff, and there's incredibly blue sky. And he walks to the edge of the cliff. He's completely naked, by the way, and he jumps off. He begins to fall, and as he falls, Simon realizes there's something at the bottom of the cliff, though he doesn't know what. It's something flat and shiny. He starts to fall faster and faster. His heart begins to beat incredibly quickly because he thinks he's going to die. Then he hits this thing at the bottom and sees the shape of his body closing up behind him. Yeah, doesn't that sound like Simon full of lyrics for a new song? It's a crazy Simon dream. And then Roger's is a little darker. He always dreams that he's being stabbed. It's awful. Someone's always chasing him with a knife and cutting off his hand. Okay, I don't know where that comes from, but that's kind of dark. Kimberly's here and Jason Lent is watching. Jason, you did a great show the other day. Awesome, that was so fun. Okay, Andy Taylor talks about he dreamt of getting flung in the air from the end of an enormous crane, like one of those things that demolishes houses. Okay, that's from 1986, so I wonder what that's about. Does someone interpret dreams here? And then Nick's is really cool. So Nick says that he shared this. The glass bird in the Election Day video was in one of his dreams. He was traveling down an entire glass street, and there was a glass bird floating above me, and I couldn't reach it. I tried to touch it, and it vanished. So that scene in the Election Day with the bird, that was from a dream. So maybe that'll change your whole outlook on life, no doubt. Very fun. There's some good pictures of the band. Lots of great stars in that one. Okay, this is one of my favorite interviews with Nick because it produced a quote that just sums Nick up, and it's just so, it has such power to it. He talks about the art of poise. He says, the art of poise is raising the roof by raising one's eyebrows. Oh my God, I wish I thought of that. Isn't that so cool? That's totally Nick Rhodes. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. He just has such a way to articulating that. It's like just amazing. It's like, raising the roof. I think the only time I've tried to raise the roof is when actually, I don't think I've ever raised the roof. I've raised a couple hands in the air, like, whoop, whoop, we're back with another distraction. But that's about as far as it's gone. Okay. Here's a great interview with Roger. And I think earlier, in an earlier distraction, I talked about his first band being the Scent Organs. And I don't believe that's correct. According to this, he talks about his first band being Crucified Toad. It was a ridiculous name. It was really bad. Yeah, but he certainly graduated to something bigger, better, bolder, and he's our Roger. That was a good shot. Andy Taylor apparently called him the only drummer for Duranie. I couldn't agree more. Madison is here. Madison, thank you so much again for all the work you're doing, putting everything up on YouTube. You're such a great support. Okay. Teen Set Magazine. There was an article, will Duranie Squared, will Duranie Squared ever be the same? Well, they're never going to be the same. They're always in motion, right? Evolving and changing and good stuff. But definitely is a question, will Duranie ever tour again? Good shot of Arcadia. Love this shot. They all look just awesome. But this, again, it was a time when we were all like, okay, grasping for information. What's happening to our favorite band? Oh my God, Power Station, Arcadia. Ah! Yeah, it was crazy. This is a double spread on Arcadia, exclusive picks, Simon Le Bon's Paradise. Yeah, that's, interesting. People are comparing Arcadia's first album, So Red the Rose, to Duran Duran's Material. Simon says the band's music is very honest, plain, and naked. Everything is naked with Simon. Everything is naked. It makes a lot of sense. He spends a lot of time describing things as naked. Good pictures of the band. The hair was so deep and Mediterranean and different. It was just like, who is this? Is this our favorite band? Whoa! It was just so cool. Couldn't get enough of those photo sessions. Arcadia has spoken. There's some quotes. They have things to say. Simon said, I loved the Three Musketeers. That was a potential name for the group. I'm really kind of glad they graduated from that to Arcadia. I don't know how I would have felt. Actually, I do know how I would have felt with the Three Musketeers, and I don't want to go into it. It would not have been good. But Three Musketeers, or as we know, Arcadia. Those pictures were taken at the press conference when Duran and Culture Club were going to do a big super concert, and then it folded. And there's Roger here. Let's see. Roger calls Arcadia's music ambient, atmospheric, European dance music. There you go, right from Roger's mouth. And then another issue of Teen Set with Arcadia on the cover. Good to see you. Monique's here. Christy Berry Thomas, welcome. Kirk Harrington. Three Musketeers is a good name for a candy bar, not for an internationally loved pop group. That's my take on it. London Line. This is a feature in Teen Set where they were really letting everyone know what was going on with bands. It was one of these outlets for information that we just clung to. Every detail we could get our hands on. Arcadia has appropriately a full page. Hot gossip, something even about Power Station. There actually is a mention about how Power Station is going to appear on an episode of Miami Vice. So, you saw it here in Teen Set magazine first. Very cool. I could be mistaken, I may be mistaken, but I thought, I don't know how many times, or if Arcadia ever performed live. I know that there was a German show that they made an appearance on, and there was lip syncing, and it was really, really cool to watch. You can certainly look that up on YouTube. I don't think that they ever performed live. I don't know. I'm not even going to talk because I don't know for sure, but it's something to look up. Wouldn't that have been cool if they went on tour? That would have been cool. Hey kitty! Hey kitty! Jack Nicklaus is here. That would have been the production. It would have had to have so many. Nick would have been drowning in keyboards, right? It would have been really cool though. Okay. All aboard for Arcadia! Join Simon, Nick, and Roger in paradise. Well, by paradise, they must be referring to this photo session right here. That is just about as close to paradise as you get. I'm just getting my feet wet with Arcadia here. So cool. Interview with Simon, and he's talking to a columnist about sex. Yes. The columnist says, "This is the first time you haven't talked about sex." And Simon says, "Oh, sorry, it's always been an important part of Duran's songs. It's always been the most important thing on my mind. That's what I think about most of the time. Don't you?" I love Simon Le Bon. He has the best sound bites. I love it. Nick talks about raising the roof by raising one's eyebrows, and Simon talks about sex. He makes such a great pair. Record is a very respected magazine in the U.S. This is from November 1985, and this is kind of fun. Let's see. Simon talks about a dream again. Simon says, "Had the strangest dream" at the very beginning of the interview. The way he explains it, he was in a huge tropical paradise of a room, wall to wall, with people with no clothes on. Strangers, mostly, Simon recalls, all giving one another back massages, like we do before making a video. So before they'd make a video, they would all give each other back massages? Dwell on that. Talk amongst yourselves. So, the things you learn from interviews. Boy, I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head for a while. Love this photo session. Oh my gosh, look at that. Simon on a pedestal. Don't we all put him on that? Mm-hmm. Too much information, Simon. You're right, Fabby. So look forward to people coming over to the archive and parking themselves down in a chair, and I can just give them a book to read, and people will actually read this stuff. And I'll just stand there and take pictures and feel all the warm and fuzzy tingles. Yeah, good afternoon. Okay, Video Rock Stars. Breakfast in Arcadia with Simon and Nick. Well, actually with Simon LeBon, but he's posing with Nick. I have Nick on my mind. Love this photo session. There was something about it that was just exquisite. It said everything we need to know about Arcadia. Dark, moody, mysterious. Comes with a purr, right? So, big interview with Simon, and there's pictures and lots of information. Posing on his boat. They were very fond back then of using pictures of Simon on his boat. And he definitely had plenty. Always the sportsman. Okay, Simon says, "I've had people whom I idolized, but I didn't scream at them and try to take bits of their clothes." Well, maybe you shouldn't knock it until you've tried it. I'm just saying. Okay, here are the words to The Promise. Oh, one of my favorite Arcadia songs. Moody and gray, mean and restless, Julie. Yeah. I can't snap with this this hand, so otherwise I'd be snapping right now. Hey, Joe Tucker. Yeah, The Promise. I love The Promise. Highly recommend anybody just planting themselves in front of the computer and poring over all of the Arcadia videos on YouTube. Oh, what a journey. Really, really recommended. Love this photo session of Arcadia right there. Simon and Nick own their space. They're owning the camera. Those shirts actually remind me of some of the outfits that I used to wear to the gym years and years ago. Kind of like MC Hammer pants and crazy patterns. But yeah, they look really good on Simon and Nick. Okay, and now Arcadia. Kevin Koffler is a journalist, and he speaks with Simon, Nick, and Roger. The concept of Arcadia, Simon says, is a place of wisdom. It's where the spring came up from the ground. It's quite a romantic idea. It's also been used as a password to secret artistic connotation, and not only that, it just sounded right. There you go, Arcadia. Of course, they probably say something different with every interview. It's always a special treat when any of the band members appear themselves on the cover of a musician's trade magazine, like Keyboard here. Nick appeared in, I think it was '84, and then he appeared here talking about Arcadia, and it's really, really cool. It talks about his technique and the music, the kind of instruments he uses. So I wish I were a musician and understood more, but I am not. Of course, I can sing in the car and play all the instruments with one hand while I drive. When reflex plays, that was awesome. I'm very good at that. Okay, ad for So Red the Rose on the left side, and then more talk with Nick. There's a good shot of Simon and Nick in the studio during the recording of So Red the Rose. You don't see that very often. See a lot of ads for W.H. Smith selling Duranie releases. Okay, here we get into all kinds of technical talk. Nick Rhodes has a selected discography and talks about Korgs and Prophet 5, MIDI. Very, very cool stuff. Sounds a little Greek to me because I don't know what I'm talking about. But man, I can talk photo sessions. Very cool. Very cool examination of Nick's style in making Arcadia music. Here's more. It's just basically words, no pictures. And it goes on and on. It is a great big article. Needs more pictures though, if you ask me. I'm not, I'm totally unbiased. Okay, Star Hits Magazine, woo! January 1986. What's up with Duran Duran? Good question. Debbie Cordera, hello, Nick Glista's here from Canada. Whoa, Canada's in the house. Okay, I need to not do that again. What's up with Duran Duran? Arcadia, the power station, and the future of Duran Duran. Look at these pictures. Great pictures of Simon and from the drum era, when he's there with his crew members. And this is a very funny photo session because they're leaning up against a fence, and I've seen this once, video of it. They're leaning up against the fence, and the fence collapses, and they fall backward. Hilarious, really. It's a Duran moment. Okay. And so they talk with Simon, they talk with Nick about Rambo, yachting disasters, getting married, all kinds of stuff. And then what's interesting, I've talked before about how the differences between star hits and smash hits. And they had different layout, different photos used. So this is a good example of that. So this is with star hits, and then smash hits has Simon and Nick right there on the cover. Same article, but yeah, love that look better. The band always should be on the cover. I think the pictures are clearer and cleaner. There's some little tiny differences. Which one of these is not like the others, right? Little comparison reveals the differences. But it's interesting how the magazines, the different approaches they chose. And this is from Star Hits, the words to Say the Word, and a great picture of Simon and Nick with a rose. 2 roses, so red the roses, right? Say the Word is a real personal favorite. They really, I would have loved to have seen it played live. I would have seen it. It's a great song. A lot of power in it. It came from the Playing for Keeps, the movie Playing for Keeps. And actually, Playing for Keeps was called, I believe, the Hotel Majestic in at least Italy. There's some posters I have that call it by a totally different name, which sometimes you see in other countries. But Say the Word was a great song by Arcadia. If you haven't heard it, definitely recommend it. Rock Shots, a magazine from July 1986. One of my favorite Arcadia sessions. I have a lot of favorite Arcadia sessions. I'm totally realizing that. Okay, this is kind of getting monotonous. But a blue background session with Simon and Nick. Maybe it's Nick's hair. It's probably Nick's hair and Simon's look. It's usually Simon's look. It's just intense. But yeah, this is a big interview with Nick on the past, present, and future. Some really, really fun MTV interviews that you can look up on YouTube, where Simon and Nick are just totally joking and they're just being goofy, and you don't see a whole lot of that anymore. So highly recommend that. It's really fun. You can just park yourself in front of YouTube and just spend hours and hours poring over this, rare footage and stuff. It's really fun. Stacey Brown's here. Deanne is here. Hello, Deanne. Feeling distracted? I hope so. I am so getting distracted by you guys. Feeling the warmth. Okay. Pictures more from the Super Concert press conference, filling out the interview, and a nice full-page shot of Nick and Simon. That hair on Nick. Just the hair on Nick. It was so much, and it looked so great. Great shot of Nick pouting into the camera, just looking at you like a devilish demon of dynamite. And then other pictures just showing the band in their new look in 1985. Dark hair, and that was again they're pulling a lot of pictures from the Super Concert here in 1985. Is there anything interesting? I did not pick any little bits out of this interview, but they're just talking about Arcadia, and was there ever a time when Andy and John announced they were going to go into Power Station? Oh, it's fun. This is just got to come over and just read it yourself. Jennifer Chow and Adriana here. Adriana's from Rome. Whoa, hello. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Wish I could just transport you over here and out of Italy. I know it's really hard over there. Thinking of you. All my Italian friends. Love this. Oh, love this shot of Nick. Oh. And of course he has like some, I don't know if it's Greek or Italian. It's a bust. I know nothing about art apparently. But I know Nick Rhodes when he looks good. So look at this hair. Oh, it's the second part of Nick's interview. Fantastic. Fantastic. This is even better than the dark hair. After this distraction, I think I'm going to probably change everybody's perception, and everybody's going to go around with this idea that I have a fixation on Nick's hair from '85. Yeah, I did that to myself. But, oh, it's beautiful hair. Some people don't like the long hair, but Nick does so much with it. It's just, I don't know, frames his face really beautifully, and I need to just not dwell on it in a creepy way. It's going to get creepy. Okay. Picture from Live Aid. Picture of John looking heavenly. Nick Rhodes looking awesome. This is actually when he appeared on, I believe it was American Bandstand. And he was signing something on the wall. I can't remember the details, and I'm afraid of trying to remember anything when I'm just feeling like live video. Okay, don't try to remember anything. But yeah, that was great. He was actually in the audience on that show, and nobody knew it until a spotlight was put on him. And it's like, Nick Rhodes is in the house. Okay, good shot right there of Andy. Nick is kind of hidden. John and Simon, and then we go right into 16 magazine. So they're getting into the Power Station Arcadia question. Will Arcadia split Duranie up? Yeah, these are the questions. Many bands have gone through personnel changes and alterations in the lineup. Evolution in all kind of style and music, but Duran's was so publicized. I mean, it was Duran Duran. It was just like, okay, Duran Duran splitting off into, 2 different groups. What is up with that? Yeah, there's a lot of drama. Here now it's Arcadia. Another spotlight on Arcadia. Picture of the band in Australia, 1984, I think, 83, 84. And then, of course, a shot of Simon, Nick, and Roger with the bathrobes. Love that stuff. Debbie Hansen is asking, what is that Arcadia thing behind me? If you're mentioning this right here, it's a little Arcadia touch. Christine put it together. I pulled it from a book, and it's from, I believe, an Australian magazine, and it's just letting you know today is all about the Arcadians. I hope that's what, yeah. So just a little fun thing. Learning all the time about doing a little Duran Shui, right? I mean, every day carries an exercise. It's like, oh, we could try this, we could try that. Kathleen is back. Kathleen Lorden Morris. Miss you, girl. You and Kim and the whole gang. RSVP. This is a great shot of Nick. And, is Nick Rhodes writing to rock rap? Not exactly, but you can, thanks to our new feature, blah, 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 blah. As long as you have a picture of Nick, you're going to be fine. And another issue of 16 from September 1986. Ralph Macchio was on the front. There's no Duran. How can they possibly expect to sell issues? They don't even have Duran on the front. I never got the memo. But inside, there's a great feature on Roger. Will Duran Duran's Roger return? Just how will his time off affect the future of the Fab Five? Oh, just even contemplating any of the band members leaving, that was enough to send chills through the spines of Duranis everywhere. This was a big, troublesome time. But, the more that I've read about what Roger went through, I totally commend him taking care of himself and making the decisions that he needed to make. Nick looking just so Sir Rhodes of awesome here. Oh my gosh, he's just hands folded. Nice interview called that leads off with a quote. It's much more fun being Superman. You are Superman, superpowered. What's interesting, this is a good example. I remember someone wrote into, I think it was Star Hits magazine, and they were talking about Nick's fingernails. And they said, dude, he doesn't clean underneath his fingernails. This is kind of an example. It looks a little less than immaculate. Anyway, yeah, wouldn't we all want to be Nick's fingernail cleaner? Oh, that just sounded so wrong. Okay, I just need to I'm sure Christine's in the other room shaking her head, rolling her eyes, and just like, ugh. Okay, great full page ad for So Red the Rose, and another issue of Superstars. This is from February 1986, Battle of the Durans, Arcadia versus Power Station. Who will win? Oh, knockdown. Should be a wrestling match, right? They just have them duke it out on wrestling, Wrestling Raw. I don't think they had Wrestling Raw back then. But Duran Duran are lovers, not fighters, right? Arcadia versus Power Station, yeah. And then we just start off with a picture like this of Simon. I think Arcadia already won before the match even started. Those eyebrows look like caterpillars glued to his head. They're just big eyebrows. Look at that. Oh, he makes it work, though. He makes it work. So some good pictures of Power Station. So this is for you John fans out there. Power Station posing with some of their Platinum Record Awards. And then a great shot of the Power Station here in a hot pink background. You can just see how different it was. Every photo session just highlighted the difference between Power Station and Arcadia. I mean, visually, it was just like, oh yeah, this is a different band. Michael DeBar, love to you, man. Keeping the positive energy alive out there. Okay, another ad for Arcadia's So Red the Rose, and then a really, really fun contest that I'll explain that appeared in Star Hits. Many of you may remember this. And there was a comment recently, someone was supporting both groups. And you know, Duran fans are very diplomatic. You know, there is love for both factions of Duran Duran sound. So kudos to all of us who were like, you know, why do I have to choose? I love them both. So very cool. Okay, so this contest was something that appeared in Star Hits. And it basically invited readers to color in this picture of Nick Rhodes, and it was going to be an art contest that Nick would judge. So pressure off for that, right? But it's called Maximum Big Surprise Contest. They were going to color this picture, and the results were pretty compelling. This is the next issue had the results and some pictures of Nick posing with the entries. And the winning one that Nick picked, really, really cool. I'm going to linger a little bit on this so you can hopefully get a close-up look at some of these entries. Really imaginative, really cool. So this is readers painting Nick. All kinds of styles, really pretty inspired on some of them. Some of them actually chose a collage approach, coloring in the black and white design and pasting little magazine bits, and it was pretty cool, pretty outside. And Nick's comments are fun too. He comments on every single one. There's some more. Oh, this one in particular, if you can see that. Yeah, check that one out. It's very, very Nagel. That one also was nice. I wonder if I can get this, close up. There we go. You don't see contests like that. That would be fun if they did a contest like that again. Okay, the Miami Vice sound. Rock music let's see. Oh, this is about Miami Vice, right? Yes. Yeah, so there's they talk about Power Station appearing on Miami Vice, and how stars are making cameos. There's Phil Collins. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's not an article just on Duran Duran or Power Station. That was fun. Oh God, remember was it Don Johnson was at the bar, and then John sidles up to him, and we're just like, our eyes are glued to the screen, like, oh my God, John Taylor is on Miami Vice. I love that show so much. That was so fun. And the music and everything about it. Oh God. And I wanted a car like he had, right? The Ferrari. Okay. Roger Taylor reveals why he's the quiet one. So yeah, you know, a lot of introspective, really thoughtful interviews with Roger, educating people on, you know, where Roger's coming from, and it was cool that they gave Roger a voice back then, because there was a lot of changes happening for him. And then of course you have a picture of the band backstage at Aston Villa. Don Johnson, yeah, someone that wrote Don Johnson, he's aged very well. I completely agree. I didn't realize that Dakota Johnson was Don's daughter. Dakota, yeah, she appeared in 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. Okay, so that was a weird tangent. So more pictures of Roger. Here's Roger with Lou Reed. And then another issue of a magazine, Tiger Beat, behind the scenes with Arcadia. Who doesn't want to go behind the scenes? Okay. Behind the scenes with Arcadia. Oh, very cool. Mark Egan, the bass player on So Red the Rose, called the magazine and talked a little bit about how it was for him to play with Simon, Nick, and Roger. Well, that's really cool. As you can tell, I've read all my articles. Yeah. So, that's really fun. When magazines talk with supporting actors, supporting musicians in Duran Duran's crew, and you really get a good objective sense about what it's like to work with these superstars. Okay, so Duran Squared 4C's Detours. Oh, isn't that cute how they did that? They've got the Teen Set magazine. It's all creative with their headline, but they're talking about how Duran are splitting off and all the band members' projections on what's coming. John talks about I do what I do. That's kind of funny. Okay, Nick Lista from Canada is asking, when did I archive these magazines? Was it back in the day? It definitely was. I've compiled these over the years. I did not have the kind of resources to afford all these magazines back in the day. That would have been fantastic. And I also was not mature enough to make the proper archival decisions. It's like, oh, a new magazine, let's just split this up and just rip it up and do a collage and do my own scrapbook. Yeah, no, you don't do like non-archival glue. You don't rip up magazines and, yeah, okay, so, always learning, right? Okay, 16 magazine, February 1986. Of course, the people that did make those decisions, that's totally fine. I don't mean, there's no judgment here. Okay, this is titled Whether It's Duran or Arcadia. Spunky Simon leads the band. That's fun, Spunky Simon. A lot of great pictures of Simon, really fun. Really fun. Spunky Simon. Actor, singer, adventurer, he's Bond, Simon Le Bon. A double O hunk, no matter which of his groups you love best. And this is a very cool spread on Nick, and it actually has feedback from fans, which is really, really touching. There was one person who writes, even the title Rose Arcana describes you, Nick. A rose is a thing of irresistible beauty. It's simple, yet very complex. A rose is very two-sided, just like the Gemini you are. Arcana means a secret or hidden, which is definitely you. That's so kind. That's from Chris Kurtz in Oak Park, Illinois. Fans were very thoughtful. Okay, Nick Rose, a fan's outlook. Someone does a poem. There's a lot of devoted Nick fans out there. And it's really fun. I've had some Nick fans in the archive before. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I just pull out box after box and I just see the eyes just like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel. You get it. You get it. Optic Music is a, looks like a U.S. magazine. Well, an international, it might be UK, from January 1986. Arcadia on the front. Love this photo session. The colors and the patterns. Beautiful. And a nice big spread inside talking about, it's an interview with Nick. Yay! Interview with Nick. How many interviews do you think they did? Okay. Oh, more interview. Video has reached a stage where people are starting to take more notice of the visual than the actual song. Yeah. Tell that to MTV these days, right? Remember when MTV played videos? Oh, that was so fun. Those were the days. I love looking at all the videos on MTV from the 80s where you can just count down all the cliches. You got the fog machine, the fog that unexplainably drifts into the camera range. You got the breaking glass. You got birds, doves, eagles flying in slow motion. Everything is better in slow motion, right? Oh, this is so fun. All the video cliches. Okay. Eyes glowing. Yep. Okay. This is a great interview with Simon and Nick, and they're fun, and they look like $1 million from Star Hits magazine. I think a lot of you had that. Meet Simon. Meet Nick. Indeed. Meet Simon. He wants to be a dolphin and is very good at mending tires. Meet Nick. He wants to be a tropical fish and is very good at vacuuming stairs. More of that interview, and then a page on the town with Nick Rhodes, kind of looking at Nick's social life there. That's kind of fun. Nick is, now that John Taylor's quieted down, Nick Rhodes is the most social member of Duran Duran. Here's a glimpse of the keyboardist when he's out and about. That's fun. There he is having dinner with Andy Warhol. He and Andy were very close. Cream Rock Shots from January 1987. Here's Nick as he appeared with his hair from the Flame video. That's really fun. Love that hair. And he's wearing a hat. Bonus! Okay. And you have a little full-page shot of Andy Taylor. What a surprise for you Andy fans, right? Oh yeah, this is for you. Arcadia are playing for keeps. Fantastic. Another little backstory, little interview around their new song, Say the Word. Very cool. Love these shots of the band. Looking very relaxed and distinctively styled. It's Arcadia. God, I love that song. Wish I could have it playing in the background, but I'm pretty sure Facebook won't allow it. Okay, April 1986, 16 magazine. The Real Nick Rhodes. See Where He Lives. A free spirit if there ever was one. A lot of Nick action in this book. Very cool. Good shot of him. There's a pic of Nick and Julianne's new digs at the time, and Nick Rhodes with Julianne at, what is this? I don't know where they are. But they are out and about, always looking stylish. They definitely were social butterflies, all the band members. You always saw them out. That would be pretty cool to run into them in a supermarket. Although they would have to stand 6 feet away, so, that wouldn't be any fun. Finally, Duran Duran's other half, a final look at Arcadia as the new single is Election Day. That's really fun. The final quote from Simon. We will get back together as Duran Duran. As Power Station in Arcadia, we still have things to do. I'm hoping that Arcadia will be able to tour soon. We're just waiting for the right backup musicians. I think I could do a pretty good job. I sound great in the shower, so I could sing back up. I could do a little, butt wiggle or something. You guys could join. We would be great. And I don't know why my mind went there. I should probably just end, right? End the book without saying any word. Yeah. Yeah. I will not say the word. Okay. Okay. We've reached the end of the Arcadia book. Love to you Arcadians out there. And there will be more material for you Power Stationians out there. So stay tuned for that. I will be back at 11:30 for the second half of our distraction, and there's going to be all kinds of foreign stuff. Oh, oodles of just the coolest photographs, glorious color. I'm going to dig up something special for you guys. So, love you guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get through this.